Hey y'all, this is the O.P.O.V podcast, and I am one of your hosts, Jay Johnson, and we are here with my other co-hosts, Kenya and Todd. What's going on?
What's up? What's good with y'all?
Oh, nothing. Same old, same old. It's been a while, but it's been a little minute, guys.
Don't it
How's
seem like it's been a
everybody?
long time? It seems like it's been a long time. Little people under the weather, you know.
Well, we took off last week because I was down with the heebie-jeebies.
I wasn't feeling it. I still ain't feeling too the best of the best.
Well, I still got this lingering cough. Luckily, I did go and get a COVID test, and it came back negative. So I really got the heebie-jeebies from my daughter, and I don't know.
Period. They said the heebie-jeebies was coming back now that a lot of people was being vaccinated, so you could get
Yeah.
a regular cold now. So I guess that's
So,
good to know.
I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. You know, they were saying that there's some emails that Fauci had that he was saying that he think it definitely came from like the lab. And
well, I felt like it did too.
yeah, but they said that the emails are so old that whenever they were saying it was coming from that wet market, that he knew that it came from the lab because they were working on something and he was part of the stuff that they was working on. Yeah, so these emails, I haven't looked at them yet, but I guess there's some emails that came out from Fauci that's showing that he knew that it came from a lab early.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I had no doubt that it came from the lab. But I guess they have yet to confirm that. But
They
I'm
they
still
had
got
90 days. Biden gave them 90 days.
Huh?
Biden gave, he gave some people 90 days to
Who,
figure out
Fauci?
if it Biden.
Yeah, you don't know who he gave 90 days to?
Yeah, he gave some people an investigative team. I don't know who it was per se, but he gave them 90 days to figure out whether it came from a lab or if it came from that wet market or whatever. Like
Yeah,
to see where it actually came from.
originated from. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but see, my whole thing is this: you giving China 90 days, but then after the 90 days is up, what are the consequences? More sanctions? What?
Yep, you know that's what it is. We're on sanction
Okay.
and tariff the crap out of them.
So, but I mean, China is really building their power up to where the sanctions might not even mean much to them.
Right. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn now.
Because there's ways to get around that. If I sell my product to Africa and Africa sells it to the U.S., it's still getting to the U.S.
Period. So, I mean,
But
Yeah.
other than
Well,
that,
I'm
what's
glad you guys are feeling a little bit better.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
So what's up? What we talking about today?
So I know that most recently we were all kind of texting the other night about the fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Logan Paul. So,
It happened.
y'all want to discuss?
Yeah, we could talk about it, I guess, for what it's worth, because it was a little hot topic, even though the fight happened Sunday. Was that Sunday? It wasn't.
Yeah, it was Sunday
Was it a
night.
fight? Let's start there.
Yeah,
Uh,
just entertainment, I'll say.
Entertainment.
I
Can I
mean,
just say that I was thinking about it, and I feel like I'm not mad at anybody trying to get a bag. We know that Floyd Mayweather got a coin off of that, and so did
Oh,
Logan or
yeah.
whatever. But I ultimately think that it is really disrespectful to the people who are professional boxers who spend their life training to box to get there. And Floyd Mayweather jumped in the ring with a YouTuber that eats Legos.
So, but how is that disrespectful?
Because there's people that, I mean, if you're gonna fight and get a bag, fight somebody else. Fight somebody that in the profession.
No, no, because it's an exhibition, so it won't count against his record if he loses.
Mm-hmm.
And,
That's what. So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't even a fight. Like, why do people have to pay pay-per-view for that?
but that's our fault, and that's the thing. It's not. If anybody's disrespecting the sport, it's us viewers that just want to see a good time and just I hope somebody gets knocked out. We don't.
I feel like a lot of people was hoping and still hoping that Mayweather was going to do something spectacular that they've been waiting for him to do for the last, I don't know how many years he's been boxing, to do something spectacular, and he ain't really did nothing spectacular. I feel like that's what it was.
I think all this taught us, and this goes all the way back to the Nate Robinson fight, is that people are willing to watch anything that has a build-up. And that's as simple as that. And if we would have all turned away from it and didn't spend our good hard
Egg it on.
he would reconsider who he would need to fight. But when you have a pay-per-view that sells that much, why reconsider who you're fighting?
That, and I feel like, okay, Floyd Mayweather Jr., he's technically in retirement, right?
I think so.
You was gonna have to pay me millions just to get me to show up. Like,
and they did.
Off top.
I feel like he got 10 million before he even because he agreed to do it.
That's for me to even entertain this.
And it was a crazy portion of the pay-per-view percentage.
Yeah, because I was looking at, like, I saw it briefly how much Floyd Mayweather was gonna get as opposed to Logan Paul. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I get why you showed up for that bag.
But when we talked about it last time, it's still forecasted that Logan's going to make over 10 million and Floyd's going to make like 60 million. So, you know what I mean?
I mean, okay. I'm just like, no, because I'm no, I wasn't feeling it.
I mean,
but as long as they produce the fights, if the bag keeps bringing in that many people, as far as watching it, they're gonna keep doing it.
And people are still gonna watch it. And I've seen a lot of people, on these social media sites who was very disappointed in it. A lot of celebrities who was disappointed in it because they thought that something spectacular was going to happen, and it did not happen.
It did, and I was definitely hoping that
a knockout.
I usually don't root for Mayweather because he's annoying to me, but for this fight, I did hope that he knocked Logan Paul out because
I knew that was not going to happen.
Me too.
He's like, oh, but it didn't happen. I just was like,
who did Floyd Mayweather ever knock out then?
Because to me,
refresh my memory. Who did Floyd Mayweather ever knock out? Refresh my memory. Okay, that's too long. Okay, go ahead, Jess. Sorry.
Was it Marcus Maidana, the last person he knocked out or something like that?
When was that? In 90?
No, it wasn't that long ago. I mean,
okay.
Listen, it was long ago, but it wasn't that long ago.
Well,
all right. Sorry.
I think I wanted him to knock out Logan Paul only because the Paul brothers are more annoying than Mayweather. Mayweather is annoying, but the Paul brothers are more annoying.
I hate when people say the Paul brothers. I don't think Logan's that annoying. I think Jake is the annoying one. I think Jake is... I wouldn't be able to be in the room with Jake. I would leave. He's like the person that probably went to like special ed because he had ADHD and the teachers didn't know how to deal with him. Like, but I
He's an
feel like
adult with ADHD.
Yeah, he definitely proclaimed near the end of the fight that, listen, y'all are witness in history or whatever he said.
he's selling
Logan
good.
Paul beat Floyd Mayweather. But dude, no, he did not.
He's
did not
He
beat
selling.
him.
did not, and I feel like if Logan wasn't a Lego eating YouTuber and really put some like if he like I just feel like he eats Legos on YouTube. There was no way he was knocking out a professional boxer. Like he's
Well, we seen the best not be able to hit Floyd Mayweather. We seen De La Hoya not be able to blend the
I know, but at least they gave it a good run. At least they gave it a good run.
Yeah.
At least they gave it a good run, and they tapped into all their skills that they learned over the years to try to do that. He's a good runner. He's a good runner. He's a good mover.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't. That's the reason why he's undefeated, because you cannot hit Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And if those skilled boxers can't do it, I knew he wasn't gonna be able to do it. But I ain't gonna lie, if they do a rematch, I'll watch the rematch. Just cause.
One thing that I can say is that I was definitely looking at how worn out and tired Logan was as opposed to Floyd. At the end of the match, when they were talking to Floyd looked like he didn't do nothing. He just looked normal. Like
because Floyd could have won a couple more rounds. He's a professional boxer. That's what he trained years and years for.
For sure.
Logan was like, thank God this is the 8th round. Thank God. And I made it.
But even if you look like...
But is Logan and Jake not professional boxers at this point?
No.
Tom, you didn't answer that.
I mean, what's professional?
You know what professional is.
It's technically anything you get paid for money-wise is professional, right?
Right. A professional is you performing a skill or duty or whatever and getting paid for that.
But I think most of these fights aren't sanctioned, though. That's the only reason why I'm quiet. Like, I don't think they're sanctioned as boxing matches. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. That's why it's dumb.
Say they're professional.
That's why I'm saying that they're not.
They're like celebrity boxing match. That's why they were able to do that rule where there's no judges, because it's not sanctioned.
Yeah, then it was dumb then. I mean, not saying that it wasn't dumb before I knew that, but
we all knew what was going to happen. But
yes,
we all want to see the impossible, so we will watch it every single time.
Thank God I ain't have to pay for it. I wouldn't have dare pay for it, but
in this situation, what would have been the impossible?
Somebody getting knocked out. If Mayweather would have knocked Logan Paul out,
let me tell you.
And if Mayweather would have got knocked out, we would have been shocked.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, with Logan's height and size and reach, it's a possibility. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, the one thing
age, because Logan Paul is almost 20 years younger than Floyd Mayweather.
But this is what makes Floyd Mayweather probably the smartest fighter ever. Did you look at his punch outtake? He didn't even punch that many times. He's making sure he's not throwing no crazy punches that even give Logan the angle to hit him. It's like he only threw so many punches, but the percentage that he landed was crazy. Like, he wasn't punching unless he was landing.
Right.
So I feel like
he's a professional. He's a professional, trained, skilled boxer. That's the difference. Like he knew. He knew.
Look,
so
to the point where Floyd Mayweather doesn't even study any of his boxers. Like, anybody that he boxes, he never studies. He studies them during the fight. Like, he said that in his 24 a long time ago. Like, he don't look at nobody's film, nothing. He makes people adjust to him.
Now, he did say that Logan, at the end of the fight, he said that Logan surprised him and he was better than he thought.
I think he surprised all of us.
I wasn't surprised. What was surprising?
He didn't look like he was He didn't look as bad. Put it like this: did you see Mayweather fight that Japanese dude?
Probably.
Yeah, but they were talking about the Japanese dude was like smaller than Mayweather.
But what I'm
He
saying
was.
is Mayweather
He was.
got rid of, huh?
He was super smaller than Mayweather, and
But
Mayweather's
Mayweather
tiny.
got rid of him super fast because he ain't know how to box. At least Jake Paul knew how to put his hands up, and
Logan
Paul knew how to put his hands up. And
he got trained these last couple of weeks leading up to this fight. Like, so he had some type of,
he fought more than that, Kenya. He's been fighting for like 4 years now. 3 4 years.
Him and his brother been boxing.
Where?
He's been fighting. They've been doing
where?
He won like 4 or 5 fights. They've been doing pay-per-view fights. He just hasn't been fighting any notable
I never
fights.
seen him.
Yeah, he definitely, because they used to do a I want to say it was off the Triller app. They used to do boxings off of there.
I ain't never seen him. He's been on the HBO,
something with Triller,
Cinemax, any other HBOs that come on. Like,
they was doing their online streaming, but
I don't know what that is.
But what I'm saying is,
because you know
what, now that you say it, he was bringing in great money for that too. It wasn't like he wasn't bringing in any money.
All right.
The people that follow this dude,
I don't remember which brother it was, if it was Logan or Jake, but one of them did have a fight recently on Triller, and Snoop Dogg was one of the
commentators.
Robinson. That was the Jake Paul Nate Robinson fight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then
I watched that.
But they've been doing that. They've been doing that way before it got even that popular. That's what I'm saying. They've been fighting for like 4 years, but like Kenya's saying, like I wouldn't consider it real boxing because they're not fighting none of the elite people. Yeah. But for it only to be his 4th fight, he got to fight Floyd Mayweather. That's what he was saying. Like, your dreams can come true as long as you keep working. Because trust and believe, like you were saying, all those other fighters that was standing in line waiting to fight Floyd Mayweather, super swole.
So then what's his end game then? That was your dream fight.
Yeah, he does stuff. He does stuff online that just basically, he got a bucket list of stuff he wants to do.
So is he done with boxing now?
No. That boxing brings in too much money for them. They've been making too much money off that boxing.
So now what is Floyd going to do?
He's going to do it again. He'll probably fight the winner out of this Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley fight. Why not do it again?
And I'm sure Jake Paul cannot wait.
Because Floyd Mayweather, he looked like he could have went straight to the club after that.
He did. He really did.
Man, he wasn't even winded.
He wasn't even sweating.
I was definitely impressed by that part. Like, okay, like I definitely got to give Mayweather his props because after 8 rounds in the ring with somebody who's almost 20 years younger than you and somebody who's bigger than you, like.
But he don't got any skills, so.
Are we saying he don't have no skills?
Compared to somebody who's the greatest in the game. That's like somebody playing high school basketball up against Michael Jordan.
Basic skills, basic skills. Because if somebody teach you the basic skills of basketball, you're going to be able to play basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you get taught the basic skills, you got the basic skills, but don't have
Jordan with basic skills.
Yeah, you will lose 16 nothing.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose 5,000 and nothing.
Yeah, but you're gonna have the basic. You have the basic skills. You're gonna know how to score. You're gonna know how to dribble. You're gonna know how to do a layup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot a free throw. The basic shit.
Look, they.
So are we not? I think it might be like a little different for Logan Paul. I think he might be more than just basic. And
but
maybe,
how?
I don't know. Am
how
I giving him too much credit?
He hasn't fought any real fighters yet.
Who, me?
No, she's
saying. How can I say what?
No, she's saying Logan Paul got more than just basic skill set for a boxer. But I'm like, how can you say that when he has?
He do?
I'm saying, can we say that it's just his skill set is just basic?
I don't think there's nothing to
Yes.
prove that it's not.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I don't think he fought anybody that make it seem like, man, this dude should be fighting Bud Crawford.
Now, do you think as a result of
Bud Crawford will kick his ass in the first round? Like that's what I'm talking about, Tavi. Like that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like that shit. He ain't screaming for Bud Crawford. He ain't screaming for Bud Crawford because Bud Crawford will kick his ass.
I mean, and I would never disagree with that. I guess. So, do you think that he can be taken seriously now that he did fight Floyd Mayweather?
What's taken
No.
serious? He could be taken
seriously
serious
as a boxer.
No.
Not as a real boxer, no, but as a celebrity boxer, they better take these pop dudes serious. They'll knock you out.
Yeah, as a celebrity
They'll knock the
boxer, if
regular
they
person
fighting in the lane that they're in, I guess they're good in the lane that they're in. The lane that I watch, they don't
It's
stand
too
a chance.
technical. It's too technical.
I don't see them.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with Kenya on that one. They could call out whoever they want, celebrity-wise. The celebrity's going to have a tough time with them if they're not a boxer. But these boxers that we're talking about, they're 200 fights in. 200, 300 fights in. They're amateur. They've done fight over 100, 200 amateur fights. A lot of they won Olympic medals. They can't mess with these dudes. But
no, basic skills.
But where those dudes are, that's not where the money's at. So they might as well keep doing what
Get the bag.
Doing.
I ain't mad at getting the bag. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. And so they were able to get some sort of deal to get Floyd Mayweather to agree to do it. So
because there were stipulations. He ain't gonna lose no ranking with the fuck he's holding. He's definitely getting the bigger bag, and he's gonna go out there for 8 rounds. And he's a skilled professional boxer with many years in. Why not do it? Why not go get that bag? I get it.
And look, since we only doing 8 rounds, we ain't making it so there's judges because they're not gonna be giving you any of these rounds. I'm just gonna be chilling in.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
Now, isn't there another, since we're talking about celebrity boxers, isn't there like some sort of celebrity boxing match between Lamar Odom and Aaron Carter or something?
I don't know, but Aaron Carter looks like he's about to pass away. Like, man,
who's Aaron Carter? Is you talking about from the boy group?
Yeah, no, that's his brother.
The dude from the boy group's brother.
Yeah, the one who got that song, I Think I Can Beat Shaq or something like that. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, first of all, what makes you feel like that you could box Lamar Odom? I mean, I know they're both.
When's the last time you seen Aaron Carter?
I haven't.
Not too long ago, but he definitely looked sick.
He looks sick. He looks like he's a crackhead.
He do.
I have not.
I didn't want to say that, but he do.
No, he probably would laugh if you said it. Like,
see, that's where because don't hype that shit up. Don't hype that shit up. People should not hype that shit up. I hate false hype. Like, don't hype Aaron Carter to get hyped up to get in a boxing ring with Lamar Odom, even though Lamar Odom don't box, because they will get trained to perform that fight, and anything could happen in the ring. Like, you might get that one good punch, you might get that one good over, like you might get that good up, you might get that. But
this dude is so little. I think if he hit Lamar Odom with a clean punch, it wasn't dropping. Lamar Odom won't fall.
Never. It wouldn't. And you know what the funny thing was about the conversation? Because I seen Wendy Williams talking to Lamar Odom, and she was kind of like hyping Lamar Odom, telling him that Aaron Carter was going to beat him.
Don't hype that shit, Wendy. Don't hype that shit.
Like 6'7".
Don't hype that shit. That shit is dumb as hell.
She might be like 6'9". Look.
Swear.
But
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If I found out what day it is, I'll probably watch it just to see.
See, but I was about to say that. I think the following that the Pauls got make it to where it's guaranteed money. You can't just put celebrities together and think people gonna watch it. Because I'm not watching that Lamar Odom shit.
Yeah.
Right, because honestly, with the Paul brothers, like I told you before, Tommy, I had no idea that they were boxers. I heard of them from being on YouTube, and specifically one of them doing something that people frowned upon,
Yeah, Jake
going to
always
like
would get
that
in trouble for doing
Japanese
stuff.
forest or whatever, and they had it on Inside Edition. That was my introduction to the Paul brothers, YouTubers who do like crazy
Outrageous stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they both do outrageous stuff.
Boo! Boo!
I would like to see what if we'll fight McGregor. I would like to see that.
I think that would be
I would like to see Jake Paul fight Conor McGregor.
I mean,
the
that
build up
would
would be
entertaining,
hilarious.
I think. And I think that Jake Paul will get beat all the way up.
I do, but I just feel like the build up would be so hilarious.
It would, but I also think Jake Paul would get beat all the way up by Conor McGregor.
He would. Yeah, he would. He would, because McGregor could actually box.
Yeah.
He could fight. That's his thing. Like, I feel like he could actually fight because he do the kick, like he got skills on both ends.
But dude got Ben Askren. Jake Paul laid him out, and he's an Olympic champion.
Yeah, but
He
say that
he might have got a lucky punch. I ain't watch it. I'm just talking shit, but maybe it was a lucky punch. I don't know.
Dog, the thing is, you gotta learn how to box to mess with them.
Yeah.
Moves. You can't be like, even if you like a wrestler, that ain't gonna translate into boxing.
Right.
But yeah, because didn't they say that Logan Paul had a background in MMA?
No, wrestling.
Wrestling. Okay.
Yeah, because they from Ohio. He was a good wrestler when he was in high school.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
But
So
enough of the shenanigans with them two. Man.
With the boxing, you know what else was a hot topic last week, and we could.
Before we do that, I do want to shout out O.P.O.V for stepping in the ring too.
Oh, he did step in the ring.
He did, and got laid the fuck out. Why? Because he's not a boxer. He's a football player. Stick to what you know is all I'm saying.
Right. So, okay. So with that being said, O.P.O.V is not a boxer. He's a football player. He got laid out. So does that speak to Logan Paul having a little more skill than we're giving him credit for?
Like we said, we put him on the level that he's better than a regular celebrity.
That's what I was about to say. What level do you want me to? I'm not like listen.
He's not experienced like anybody that's fighting professionally on even ESPN. He's going to have a tough time with them.
Okay.
Come on, Jess.
But no. We giving the other point of view here.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, what level should he be on?
Listen,
what level should we consider? Let me say that.
Now, what I can say is, given that we saw how long he lasted in the ring with Floyd Mayweather Jr., I may tune, if I'm aware of it, I may tune into another fight if he is fighting a skilled boxer to see what happens with that. So that I can compare the two fights.
Now, one of the reasons why he did last that long with Floyd Mayweather too, he weighs like 50 pounds more than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
If somebody was just as skilled as Floyd Mayweather and weighed the same size as Logan Paul, he probably got knocked out.
But given what you guys are saying, even if they didn't weigh the same as Logan Paul, if they're more skilled, they probably would have got knocked out.
But Floyd don't really knock people out since
he don't. That's what I'm about to say.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So if it was somebody else who might not even be
you sound like the type of person
who is more skilled in boxing, they probably would have knocked him out. Is that what we're saying?
Who, Floyd?
No. I'm talking about if Logan Paul fought somebody else who was a skilled boxer, because what y'all saying is he's a celebrity boxer. He's amateur pretty much. He's better than the average celebrity boxer. But if he fought another professional boxer, he probably would have got knocked out.
Jessica, let me put it like this to you. It's like J. Cole trying to play in the NBA.
He did in Africa.
He averaged 2 points in Africa. So imagine the
Listen, I'm confused at what she's saying.
I don't understand how. I don't understand how you don't understand.
She wants to know how big the drop off is from being a professional fighter to where Logan Paul is at right now.
Right. So if we're saying that we put him up against some, because we're saying Floyd does not normally knock people out. So there are other professional boxers who do normally knock people out. If you put one of them against Logan Paul, I would like to see what happens with that.
Now,
They gonna knock Logan Paul the fuck out.
Now, is it a hungry lion or is it somebody who's old like Tyson? Because I think Logan Paul will fight somebody old like Tyson. And
I would like to see him fight somebody more in his age range, not somebody who's 20 and 30 years older than him.
Gervonta Davis would kill him. Gervonta Davis would kill him. What's that other young boxer's name? There's a few young boxers that would beat the shit out of him. Like, he does not rank with none of them at all. Mm-hmm. He don't even. And if Floyd was a little bit taller and had a little, yeah, he would have knocked him out. But Floyd, that's not even Floyd's MO. Like, he does not rank with nobody even his age. He's going to get knocked out.
And I think that the trouble that I'm going to have with Logan and Jake after this Floyd Mayweather fight is the fact that they feel like people will need to take them seriously as boxers after.
They've been saying that though. Even their first fight, they've been saying that people need to take them serious because they was knocking people out when they was sparring. So,
well, if y'all want people to take y'all seriously, y'all need to have more serious fights.
But who's gonna? When you're a professional, you look at this shit like it's a circus. Like,
that's why I said I felt like it was disrespectful. Like, that's why I was speaking from their point, like, perspective. Like, I feel like it could be like a form of disrespect because this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing this, and you jumping in the ring fighting these celebrities, talking shit. Like, that shit is crazy.
But the disrespect is coming from the people who's purchasing this shit. Because if these bags wasn't this big, it wouldn't keep going on.
How? Whenever it's entertainment, like you said, so people want to see the entertainment, so that you can't.
So why would they stop? The only way it's supposed
they wouldn't. They wouldn't. It's still a form of disrespect, I think.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, because you put that bag on the table. Floyd is fighting Jake too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in reality, the boxers need to stop being haters and come over and fight. Because if they came over and fight and squashed all of this, then it would go away. But
well, let me see Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather in the ring right now. If they doing anything,
it wouldn't make that much money. It wouldn't make a lot of money, but it wouldn't make that much money.
Why?
Because Gervonta Davis don't bring the same amount of people to the fight that the Pauls do.
Yeah, the Paul brothers got a whole YouTube following that is
okay. Well then, all right.
Yeah.
These dudes got 66 million followers. Logan Paul got 66 million followers.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
How, and I don't understand what they do to have.
I'm not one of them. I am not one of them. I have no idea who these guys are.
I don't follow either one of them. So
I feel
that is amazing to me.
A lot of that viewership came from stuff like Jackass and stuff like that. Like, people like watching people do
shit. Yeah.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And hey.
Whatever. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not. I mean, if I had to pay for it, I wouldn't have partaken. I wouldn't have even been trying to. Oh, I need to watch the. Get the fuck out of here! Like,
I feel bad for boxing though, because like you were saying, a circus like that can generate that much revenue. Then you got somebody like, not even Gervonta Davis, because he do got a good turnout when he do pay-per-views. But there's people that's on a lower level than him. They ain't even getting recognized. They might pull in $10,000-$20,000. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you putting your life on the line.
Putting your life on the line.
Yes, that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like it's disrespectful, but okay.
But boxing don't generate revenue. There's only what they say. Only like the top 5% of boxers actually make a lot of money.
Right.
Crazy.
I get it. Like, I
Because
get it.
even the UFC take away money from boxing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
the UFC has more of a knockdown, drag out.
Yeah, because
UFC
somebody like
is
me,
too much for me.
I like watching UFC more than boxing now.
See, and that's that UFC. Like, I've watched it, but I'm not really it's just too much for me.
I
They be
like it
having a
because most
lot
of the
going
time
on.
the decisions made inside the ring. A lot of times in boxing, the decisions is made with those judges, and some of the
Yes.
judges don't score their fights right, and that'll turn
Right.
me all the way off. Like if I see
And
a
that's
fight,
what it's been. That's why it's been going downhill these last few years because of that.
I can't remember the one lady judge, but man, she was acting sick for a minute.
Yeah. So, anywho,
So did you guys end up watching are you all caught up with the Shy?
Yes.
I know we're all
yes,
fans of the Shy, but I wanted to talk about that today. I just wanted to make sure we were all caught up. I can tell you guys that first episode, the way they laid it out and gave us uh in the beginning, they gave this I don't know what you would call it, but they gave us like a preview of I guess what was going to happen near the
what was
end.
going to happen? And they walking us back. They walking
Yeah,
us back.
and I'm like, my first thought is I was like so mad because I'm like, oh, Gemma is kissing Jake. Oh, she's definitely for the streets. Okay, she's for the streets. Duda gets shot. You see that in that scene in the first episode.
And see, I must have missed that because we was talking about that over the weekend, and I was like, I did not see Gemma kiss Jake, but go ahead, I ain't see it.
She did. That's why I sent y'all that text. Like, oh, so Gemma for the streets now.
Did she kiss
Yeah,
her, or were they holding hands, like running down the steps or something
They
like that?
were kissing.
And the one thing about that, though, too, it might all be in Kevin's head, too. Never know.
I don't think that. And the only reason why I say I don't think that is because of that episode and the 2 episodes after that.
Well, this
I feel
episode that
like
just passed.
all 3 of them gave me more insight, and I had to walk that back. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe Gemma ain't for the streets, because I feel like Kevin is not as supportive of Gemma as he should be. So even like first of all, I feel like last season they kind of like gave us hinted at, because Gemma and Jake butted heads. It's like, are they gonna make something happen with these two? Because it's real evident that like there's gonna be something going on. So now fast forward to this season, in the first episode, you see them in the stairwell kissing or about to kiss or whatever. And I'm like, I knew it, because they just put too much of a spotlight on Jake and Gemma butting heads last season. Excuse me. So now with this season, Kevin is messing up so bad, he's ignoring his girl. Like last episode, she asked Kevin first to be on her show, and Kevin kind of like blew her off, said he ain't want to do it. But then when she approached Jake about it, she was able to talk to Jake and kind of like talk him into doing it, and he ended up doing it. So can you see where Kevin is messing up and Jake was able to slide in there?
yeah, but it wasn't an intentional slide though. Like, I feel like it's not an intentional slide. Like, I feel like it's not an intentional slide.
It's not an
But
intentional slide from Jake.
no,
Do you think
I
that what
don't
it
feel like
is
that.
Jake is experiencing a period of growth, and he sees that Gemma is able to like feed him as a man, so that's why he ended up liking her.
Who said he likes her? Your feet. We're jumping too far ahead.
Yeah, like I don't
We ain't
like.
get to all that yet.
I mean, yeah, I guess him liking her would be my assumption, but for that to be like one of your best friend's girls, for you to take that step to get to the point where you're kissing her, you would have to.
But that ain't happened yet. You keep.
We don't even know that. And did she kiss him? Because Gemma's
The only thing
very
that we
well
know is
maybe
that he
for the
did a
streets.
little.
We still don't know.
The only thing we
She
know
very
is that
well
he did
maybe.
he did an interview. That's about it. That's the only thing we can actually talk
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about Gemma is she's on her shit. She drops jewels every single time. The last episode when her and Kevin they was on that little tour or whatever, and she was talking about the college and the debt and all of that, she dropped a ton of jewels. She did.
She
Like she's
did.
on her shit.
She did. And the fact that like Kevin is not really on her wavelength mentally is like, I can see how she could end up being
I don't think I ain't gonna say that Kevin ain't on their wavelength. It's like Kevin's going through a state of depression right now, and he needs to get pulled out. And that's the problem. Nobody's addressing Kevin's needs. He's literally going through a state of depression.
Well, I think that people are trying to address Kevin's need. He's not receptive to it.
Who is?
Like, even his sister was talking to him. You don't, because
I think he's receptive of his sister, but he doesn't act like it. But
he said he definitely said he was definitely not going back to therapy.
I feel like his mom and everybody else gloss over his problems. Like they might say something, but nobody takes the time to sit down with him and see what's really going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Poor Kevin. Hopefully he gets it together.
Well, do you think when it comes to their relationship, both Kevin and Gemma are neglecting each other's needs?
No, I feel like Kevin needs that role model back. He needs that Jason back, or whatever dude's name was.
Yeah.
He needs some, like you said, he was going through his growth spurt and dude just disappeared.
Did y'all hear of the fan theory about Jason?
That he might be coming back or something?
Well, the fan theory is that Jason is not actually dead and then with witness protection.
That's just because they were talking about it in one of those episodes, and now I guess it's a topic.
Yeah.
All right. So what I wanted to say is about the Shy is Emmett got his shit handed to him. I'm not mad at homegirl. She was talking that shit to him, and I cracked up the entire time. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. With their situation, the only thing I'm stuck on is, would it have made a difference if she was told that the cheating happened before they got married? Would it have made a difference?
No, because they were still together. But he definitely should have said that, because I feel like it would have made a difference on the end of her and Lala. But she played it so cool with Lala that it didn't matter. But I think he definitely should have threw that out there, because Lala don't want him anymore. So don't make it seem like, you know what I mean, y'all fuck.
It was, I feel like his timing was bad, because if y'all remember, they was actually in the middle of getting it on, and his dad was in his head. His dad was in his head. He wasn't even thinking about Lala at that time. I mean, well, I said Lala, but what's her name?
Her name Dawn or something.
Her name Lala. Dawn. But he wasn't even thinking about her at that time. He was just thinking about what his dad was saying. Like, so they was in the mix. And then as soon as he get up, he says that. So she, the whole time they in the mix, she probably like, he was thinking about her while, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just bad. I feel like he definitely should have explained it. I don't think that the outcome would have been different. I was just like, what you don't know won't hurt you. Like maybe he shouldn't have just said nothing at all, but his conscience was eating him the hell up. But his delivery definitely could have been better. I don't know if the outcome would have been any different because now this bitch is talking about open marriage. Like she had me all the way up until she was talking about that open marriage shit. So I'm not on board with her with that.
Yeah.
So and I
Yeah.
also wanted to say too, like we definitely need to give Lena Waithe her flowers while she's still alive because she's putting it down on the Shy. Um, uh, Definitely this season because she's touching on all the pertinent topics right now. So
Yeah.
it's a little big stuff going on in all of these different situations that's really relevant to today, like right now. So
Yeah, because
Well,
speaking of Emmett, I mean, not that we didn't know he was selfish, but I feel like they are really showcasing how selfish Emmett is this season. Um, you think that you were supposed to do all this dirt and get away with it, and it wasn't supposed to come back to you, and your wife wasn't supposed to. She was supposed to just sit there and take it, and then once you decide that you want to be faithful, it's supposed to be all good. You know, you took advantage of your mom, was laying up in her house and doing whatever. Now she got her a little young tender, and you feel like you could come up in there and rule the house, and she's not with it. You know what I mean?
yeah, like
You're just selfish.
man, I would have cussed him out so bad. And that's what I'm saying. Like he feels like he's entitled to some shit and he's a
he's the
grown
only
ass man.
kid.
He's not entitled to shit.
That's all. He's the only kid. They making him. They making him. He's playing a good role. I feel like, and like you said, I'm glad that we do got to give her flowers because that's a series that could have went off the air real fast with them losing their main star.
It could have, but I feel like now that they mentioned Jason in the first episode, they're kind of like cracking the door open to give us the possibility that he could be seen again.
The only thing about that is the messed up thing is I really like, even if they wasn't together, I like him and Jerica's chemistry on film. If Jason came back without her, it still would be kind of
Because
funny.
to be honest with you, he was definitely the main character of the show. So to see him gone, I still do feel I like the show, but I still do feel like something's missing. I know that the things that he did off camera were awful, and I hope that he has definitely made some sort of um, correction in his behavior and reformed himself. But I would not be mad if I seen him come back.
I don't want to see him back on that show.
You don't?
No. He ruined that. He tried to destroy that show with him being that negligent, and then that like you can't be that careless, to somebody's creation. Like if it wasn't for her good writing, that show would have been in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, and the negligence come in because I don't necessarily think that he intentionally tried to destroy the show. He was being selfish and not even thinking about it.
Well, when you got that many HR issues against you,
yeah, you just don't care.
You just don't care, and you knew that you, as a star, you were bigger than the show, and I feel like he knew that.
Mm-hmm. But I do feel like with him being denied multiple opportunities outside of the
it humbled his ass
real quick.
Well, is he out of jail or is he in jail? Because I know he got caught up on some drug charges too recently.
I didn't even know that.
Not too long ago, but I don't know if he's in jail though.
Yeah, he got caught up on some real drug charges.
So what if
he got cut from the Shy and tried to go flip something real quick?
So what if they recast it?
Huh?
What would you say about them recasting?
Nah. I like the line. I think that you could draw something from these lines. Like the mother having cancer, that's gonna be a hard storyline for Emmett, like to see how he's gonna mature to be able to take care of his mother.
Right. That and within that storyline, you have, and forgive me because I can't remember her name, but you have Kevin's mom's wife
going around
Dre.
sneaking around, being supportive to Jada, and you know that's not really going to end well.
not sneaking around. It looks like that the sister wants to keep the baby now, so that's going to be a whole good
She's
subject.
definitely keeping that baby. I said that. Like she's keeping that baby.
Even the defunding the police, I feel like those are things that they can really make a good show out of, like stuff that hasn't been seen before.
Right, because
Mm-hmm.
even with Keisha's baby storyline, when all of them were in the room looking at the um
Ultrasound.
ultrasound, they showed them two holding hands, and it's like, okay, are y'all foreshadowing them wanting to keep
To
the
keep
baby
the
as
baby.
their own?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
for
that would be
sure.
selfish. This is something that Keisha would have to agree on.
I feel
Yeah,
like she
but
wants to
Keisha
keep the
is.
baby.
I think so too, especially after seeing Emmett with his son.
Nah, I don't think that impacted her.
Huh?
I don't think that impacted her.
No, when he was at the when the Emma's little boy was at that machine, that video game machine playing, she definitely was looking some type of way at Emma's son. Like, I
I
She
was,
think
did.
it made
I feel like we
it
was just like, oh, we finally seen the son. Like where he been? He got big because I forgot all about him because
no, he
they
got
was
like she
doing
got
what.
like 4 kids.
Yeah, what happened to the other kids? Because they just done. They don't even talk about them. So
Now
I
I
was
will
happy to
say
see
this
him.
too. I kind of laughed too when he said he was defending the police and then he was breaking up the police all together. I was like, man, in Chicago,
Not happening.
can't do that.
you know how many deaths would be there the first day they did that?
Yeah, so the show is
But
definitely good. It's a must watch. I feel like it's definitely good.
What y'all
but
think
back
about
to
Candy
I
Candy
still had
though?
something I wanted to say about Keisha. I still feel like even without the scene with Emmett's kid, like they with her being so picky about the adoptive parents and wanting them to be, I don't want my kid to come up in a broken home. Like statistically, especially with Black families, like most of us are in one parent homes. That's just the reality of the situation. So not not saying that I don't necessarily know if it was too much for me to expect her to know that, but I feel like with her being that picky, it's kind of like y'all are foreshadowing some way that she's going to be keeping this baby one way or another.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want this. I don't want that. Well, I'm also keep it because I could give my baby exactly what I want it to have if I keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I was
So
happy to see Tabitha Brown on there. She was the
I know, me too, and I like
yeah,
her.
I like her too. She's real entertaining. I follow
I
her on
mean, and she,
Facebook.
she used to be an actor before.
Yeah, that's her profession, but she ended up getting into social media and being real successful in that.
Yes. Well, she got sick. That's why she went vegan.
Hmm.
She was an actor. She got sick. She started her family or whatever, and she got sick. And yeah, I like
Yep.
her though.
Yeah, I do
She's
too.
very entertaining.
But I feel like as far as Tabitha Brown's character, she didn't come off as somebody who was a bad person to where I feel like she couldn't be a good mother.
Right.
You
If
know
she
what I
was
mean?
single. Hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, and single people adopt kids all the time. Let's just put that out there. Somebody
Yeah.
asked about Candy and her role on the shot. I don't. I know Lala's acting is a little bit different and better, in my opinion, than it was on Power. I feel like she has come a long way from Power. Like her acting is like a little bit smoother, shall I say? But I don't know about Candy.
I think they
I like
make sure they
Candy's
don't put
acting.
them in any emotional roles though too.
I
Like
think I like Candy's acting. I think
You do?
yeah, I think she plays her part well. Um, and that's probably because of the specific part that she's playing that
Yeah, I
plays
think
it well. I mean,
I thought it was casted good. I think she plays a good role.
yeah.
She doesn't say too much. She's not over dramatic or like they make it just enough for her.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Duda is not necessary. I mean, of course, we seen last season where they did like get it on, but he's not really showing a whole lot of interest in her. He has a whole separate love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Candy's kind of like dry and like about the business.
She
So I
trying
think
to
she's doing well.
politics.
Yeah, I think she's doing well. I'm interested to see who shoots Duda because I feel like in that beginning scene on the first episode, it looks to me like it will be a woman who does it. I just don't know what woman.
We will see,
It could
won't
be
we?
Candy. It might be Candy.
Um, oh, what we also didn't talk about is uh, Jake's brother's girlfriend. Jake's brother's boy got out of jail, and I feel like he's going to do something to the trans girlfriend.
For sure.
And I
I
feel
just,
like and that's gonna be his last episode.
Yeah, because the girlfriend is going to shoot that dude shot.
I just know he's a goner.
I think
From
the girlfriend going to shoot him. I bet you. It's going to be
you
like
okay.
Pizza
know,
and Belly.
I really like Jason Weaver. I'm not used to seeing him as such a sleazeball. So that kind of
I'm
like,
used to seeing him in a little comedic role or whatever. You get a little chuckle out of him, and
mhm.
but
But it
he
was
is, yeah,
He playing
from
that
the
role good
beginning. I
though.
was
he
like, ooh,
is, and it's
I know
good to see
people.
him because I ain't seen him in a while and nothing. So
it's good to see him in a role. But like, as far as the character itself, it was like immediately I didn't like him because it's like,
right,
I know
first
people
of
like
all,
just
you're
like
like
that.
literally just getting released from jail, and you think that you just gonna hop up in my G wagon and drive it? Like,
I know people just like that.
for real,
like
crazy,
No
this
type of
is not
common
like
sense.
this is not like a little hoopty. This
right.
is a whole G wagon, and you think you
Look, I was happy. I was happy after dude told him about him not having a license that he couldn't drive, that he ain't had no pushback because a lot of boys will still have pushback.
even
Right.
if you did have a license, you're not driving my G wagon.
You know what got to me too, man? And I know it's like just a show, but dude wouldn't be working for Reg's brother, dog. Like the big dude, I'm like, he would have moved on. There's no way after Reg died he would still be around that dude, Duda.
You think?
No, there's no way. If this was the real streets, there's no way that
Right.
big dude that was like Reg's right hand man would be working for him. There's no way. They would still be having. They would still be at war.
No
Right.
ambition. They ain't got no ambition
I was like, they
going
just
on.
gonna keep having this big dude play the muscle for everybody, huh?
I guess so. Cause he don't say much of shit. He might
Nothing.
say two lines, if that. I mean, not even
If
two
that.
lines, like two words.
Jake, come on.
Yes, that's it.
No, but I like the shadow. Good job, Lena, for bringing it back.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
I
like the
thought it was
shy
gonna
as
be
yes.
well.
kind of over for
I'm really
y'all.
happy that we're
I did too. I did too. So
y'all know what I'm looking for though, and I know we're about to wrap it up. I really don't know when. I hope it's soon, but I hope Insecure comes back.
We were just talking. This will be the last season, though. This will
The
be a bittersweet
last
sweet
season.
season.
I cannot wait.
I didn't like last season, though.
I love last season.
You know what? I ain't gonna say I didn't like it. I didn't like the end of last season. I'll say that.
That last season, the ending of last season has me really like I have to see what happens this season.
I never watched. So
You
You don't
have
like
to.
Insecure?
Kenya,
That is
you
better.
and
That is
Dupree
better than
will
the
love
shot.
Insecure, especially if you started from the beginning. from the
listen,
beginning
Kenya,
is hilarious.
that show is better than the Shaft.
All right.
Hilarious.
That show is probably, if it wasn't a half an hour long, it probably would be the best show on TV. It's the only problem with that show is that it's only a half an hour long, and it goes
All
on
right.
so
So I gotta go back. Is it on something Netflix
it's
or
on
whatever?
HBO.
HBO. Okay, I'm gonna look on demand.
And I feel like it's something you and your husband would love to watch together. You are going to. I think
Listen.
the earlier seasons was more hilarious than this current season. But this current season, you'll appreciate it after you get.
Yeah, this current season was a lot of just dialogue.
But I think that you appreciate it because there's more. You're more vested in the characters now.
Listen, Kenya, that first episode when you see her in the mirror, you're gonna die busting out laughing. That's all I gotta
Okay.
say.
Yeah,
The very first episode from the very first season.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's gonna get you
Okay.
hooked just from how she is in the mirror. You're gonna be like, yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
now that we're talking about it, you got me ready to like put on the first season.
Swear, because you know that's something I wouldn't watch. I'm like, it took so long for me to even put the first.
It took me to asking Tavi so many times to watch Insecure. He finally watched it. He was like, "This show is freaking hilarious."
Now we'll binge watch it. Like binge it.
I'll check it
I
out.
like The Shadow too, so I ain't going. You know what y'all gotta watch, and I already keep telling y'all to watch it. It just ended, but it's called City on the Hill.
I will watch that.
I feel like we might have watched the episode or two or something. I think so. Is that what
My boo Aldous Hodge?
and Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, it's really good, and you know,
Yes,
Ben
yes.
Affleck and Matt Damon is
Yes.
directors of that. So
Okay, yeah. We checked out a couple of we was watching that.
yeah, this season it just passed real good.
Yeah.
But tonight, and I know we're about to wrap up. Tonight, Kenya, I just want, while y'all eating y'all dinner, because I know y'all gonna sit in front of the TV, put on that first season of Insecure, please.
Okay.
It's the playoffs tonight. I'm about to.
Is it?
Yeah, he's in there watching.
Who's playing right now? The Clippers? Is they playing yet?
I don't know. I can't really see in there, but
Probably
there's a
6
game
o'clock.
on in there.
I need to watch that. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to eat something and watch these playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Dang quesadilla.
All
All right.
Y'all didn't get my reference. Y'all didn't laugh.
The quesadilla from Napoleon Dynamite.
Quesadilla.
Dynamite.
I didn't even hear you say it.
What's that from, Tom?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
That used to be my favorite movie.
Did you ever see that, Kenya?
I think so.
With the liger? You don't know.
Dude with the curly hair or red hair, whatever. Yeah. I don't know necessarily that I watched the whole thing or watched it in depth where I know the lines. I can't say that.
That was like
the pocket with the tater tots in it was hilarious.
That was like the dumbest, most hilarious movie I ever seen. Like
Pedro, see, your sister should have got Pedro to make her a cake.
I'll let you.
Pedro, he was the oldest 16-year-old ever.
I'll have to check that out again.
No, you don't check it out. You'll turn it probably straight off. Like, the hell is
y'all got me ready to make my dang quesadilla and put on Insecure.
All right, y'all.
I love y'all.
All right.
Later. Thanks everybody for tuning in, watching. Have a good one.